Welcome back to this session of Covestic CMDB ITOM Chat. As usual, as always, I'm Scott Trumbull. I'm kind of hosting this. I get to show all the bright and shiny and intelligent people that work on my team and highlight their things to all of you out there. We're coming back today with some more topics. Highlighting. We've talked about in the past. All the things you get, all those tools you get to help manage the CMDB and how to have a healthy CMDB. And now we're kind of talking about why. What do we get out of this? How does this tie into the rest of our processes? So for today, we have somebody I don't think you've met before, another IT member, is another one of our outstanding solution architects with a ton of ServiceNow experience, Austin Harrison, coming on and going to talk about his top five benefits of a mature CMDB to event management. Right? So we can have event management out there. We can have it gathering up and sending in all of the things that our monitoring systems are picking up out there. But, if we don't have a strong CMDB backing that up, what's the value of it? So now he's going to, what do we get? What are our top 5 things? So welcome, Austin, and I will shut up and let you tell us about it.
Fantastic. All right. Well, thank you for having me, Scott. I appreciate the time to talk about the benefits of a mature CMDB for event management. Go ahead and pull up a little slide here that I've got prepared for you. Well, assuming you're joining this call with some knowledge of event management, maybe you're currently using it in your ServiceNow environment today, maybe you're interested in potentially using it in the future. Let's just go ahead and do a quick recap of what event management is so that we can better situate it for our conversation of a mature CMDB and the benefits to event management. So if you've not heard of event management before, its primary value is in reducing event noise, increasing the ROI from existing event generation tools, helping IT understand a root cause for major incidents, and improving service availability. Event management allows you to monitor the health of services and infrastructure using a single management console and respond appropriately to any issues that come up. It also provides intelligent event and alert analysis using predictive AI, there's that buzzword again, to ensure the continuity of your service's performance. Everything that ServiceNow picks up is received and processed via the mid server, so you will need one to get event management stood up. But an important element to consider here is that ServiceNow does not collect events directly, but rather correlates from all disparate systems in your enterprise. If you're using things such as SolarWinds, Splunk, SAP Solution Manager, vCenter, Zabbix, many more, ServiceNow has existing connectors for these tools to be able to ingest event information from a variety of systems into your ServiceNow environment. So, how about the benefits of a mature CMDB for event management? Let's start looking at that. Well, you can't really have good event management without CMDB. Events have to be associated with something in your enterprise. An event is always going to be connected to some kind of hardware or other element that you're tracking across your network or enterprise in some way. So it's always important to know what those CIs are connected to. Imagine having a major impact to a primary service that your organization offers. Perhaps we are entirely bound to a website or something else that is providing a lot of value to your customers. If some crucial element of that website goes down, how do you know what it's connected to? How many dependent servers do you have or other infrastructure elements that might be entirely dependent on the availability of that CI in your enterprise? So it's important to see everything connected to all of those CIs across the entire CMDB. Otherwise, you won't understand what's actually impacted, and you may only think that the impact is small or is not as significant as it actually is in reality. But that's a good tie-in to the next benefit, which is being able to prioritize alerts for critical CIs. If you don't know what CIs are most important, or you don't have good information or a good correctness of your CI data in your CMDB, you won't really know what events are associated with critical services in your enterprise. So if I get an event for some latency, for some network component, or a high memory impact for a specific server, I won't know necessarily if that's a crucial element in my enterprise unless I am specifically tagging that in ServiceNow's CMDB. So I think both of these benefits really work together to make sure that you understand what exactly is impacted and how important that is. Another benefit is reducing noise from disparate events affecting the same set of CIs. The great thing about ServiceNow's event management tool is that it allows you to group events together based on the impacting CI. And if you don't have good information for your CIs, if you're not tracking other identifying elements, things like domain name, IPs, anything else that might associate that event to the CI, you may have duplicate CI or duplicate events, more noise than you really need. So all of that information will be in ServiceNow, but a mature CMDB helps you to determine which events are most likely related to which alerts and thereby further reducing the noise that you would have otherwise. Another benefit is being able to associate events and CIs along with change management to help build a better timeline, improving root cause analysis for incidents. It's important when you receive an incident to try and understand what caused this. Now, this might be a bit more related to problem management, but insofar as understanding root cause can help you remediate an incident, it's important to know what events may have triggered a potential issue for that CI. So for example, if I'm tracking a server and ingesting events for tracking information on that server, it's important to know that, well, maybe I had maintenance last week and there are a number of generating events, things that would tell me there's some issue potentially related to that maintenance window. So I can go back in ServiceNow and see the full timeline of any changes that might have affected that CI. And that is allows me as an event manager to be able to see which events are related to which changes impacting which CIs so that I can faster resolve the incidents that might be impacting me. Lastly, here we have being able to track accurate information on CI elements to assist predictive intelligence analytics and avoid incidents before they occur. This is one of the most fantastic features that event management has to offer in ServiceNow, which is being able to mitigate incidents before they happen. ServiceNow has some fantastic intelligence that is able to predict issues before they occur. It can see trends based on historical information or metrics that you might have in the system being tracked. It can determine and correlate a variety of different things together to be able to say, I think it might be the case that this particular CI will have some incident about a week from now or a month from now, just based on historical trends. Or it will notice that you've had this issue at this same time of year every year, and it might be the case that you can avoid that next time. And certainly it's going to be important for your customers, for your stakeholders, for your shareholders to avoid major incidents before they can impact anything in your enterprise or your offerings to your customers. And a mature CMDB is really crucial to ensure that we are getting the information we need from those CI sources or from those event management sources so that we know that things like DB space, processing time, bandwidth, anything that you're tracking for a particular CI is in ServiceNow so that that predictive and analytics can actually occur. One of the important things to note about a healthy CMDB and event management is that they both serve each other. It's certainly the case that event management is boosted by a mature CMDB, but event management is also itself a path to a mature CMDB. So if you're implementing event management today or hoping to in the future, you can know that it will actually have benefits for CMDB, further improving your maturity. So if I'm an event manager and I'm looking at my data in ServiceNow, I'll be able to know where the gaps might potentially be in my CMDB today. If my event management information is not actually serving the enterprise, it could be because I'm not mature today. I don't have good correctness or completeness of my CMDB data. So event management drives that even further along. So there's a great benefit here. They complement each other and can ensure better success all around. All right. Well, Scott, I'll pass that back to you. Any further thoughts on event management?
Yeah, I did. I kind of wanted to bring back and kind of bring up a real world scenario in a case I dealt with recently where it made a big difference. And in this particular case, where this company had an external that I work with, they had an externally facing website that was very important to their customer service and their business. And they'd built a set of jobs that actually ran transactions through that website, and we're constantly monitoring the time of those transactions happening. And so suddenly it started alerting, right? That these transactions went from the day before going well to suddenly they were going incredibly slow, and it was very important to the business. So it starts dialing out, calling people, and they're calling people on their network team and calling people on the website developers and getting them all in the war room and getting them all together, and people looking, and then somebody brings up their ServiceNow instance, and after about 20 minutes of everybody running around and huddling and not knowing what to do because they did have really good service maps. Somebody finally clicked on that, looked at the service map, and then could see many levels below on that service map that there'd been alerts going on the underlying database, that some jobs had failed, and long and short, all the indexes had been dropped. So what would have taken probably days to track down and figure out the root cause of that, and some things had changed at that time. That failed job hadn't really been prioritized into a big thing, but because the index dropped, it slowed down the database, it slowed down their transaction. But because they had that service map and all those things able to show in, coming in from four different systems monitoring it, boom, they went from what would have taken days to about 45 minutes to find, add some more space to that server, get it indexed, and get it resolved. uh,
And that's a
Real
great
world
example, Scott.
scenario.
Yeah. That's a great example because I think it highlights it's not just time saved, but as we all know, of course, time is money. It's the amount of stress saved from having folks run around and trying to figure out what the root cause might be. Everything is there in the system where you need it, all in one place, and it allows you to very quickly identify what that issue might be, and of course allows you to do a lot more with a lot less. We certainly know that there are a lot of constraints, especially nowadays, with being able to have the right resources for supporting the organization. So knowing where everything is, knowing how everything is connected, allows you to get to that much quicker. And then, of course, going from being reactive to proactive, there are certainly a number of scenarios where you might be able to use ServiceNow's predictive intelligence in event management to anticipate those issues before they occur. We all know that incidents are really just a part of technology, really a part of modern business, and it's really crucial to try to mitigate those as quickly as we can. So if we can catch it before it even happens, that's a significant value in terms of not just cost savings, time savings, but also customer trust and just improving availability. So if you can tell your customers, we're able to catch these things before they happen, we're really on top of things because we understand how everything is connected, that ensures you're going to be a better player in the industry that you support, and more competitive all around. So it's really important to have everything inside ServiceNow, have that data be accurate, have a mature CMDB, so that everything just pairs well together for your enterprise there.
All right. Well, thank you very much. Thanks for being on today. Thanks for
Thank you,
being
Scott.
here today, Austin. So thank you very much. Thanks for being on, Austin. Well, thanks for everybody for joining us here today, here for this session. We'll be back with some more ones. We'll keep talking about the importance of a mature CMDB for those ITSM processes, and also for those security, those incident vulnerability and incident response type processes, and how having a mature CMDB really ties into that. So come on back. We'll see you next time here. Same ITOM time, same ITOM channel.